Do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat? You motorboat son of a bitch, you old sailor.
And boom, we are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, welcome aboard. I go through movies, news, documentaries, Netflix series, Netflix originals, and I do trailer reactions. And today, I bring you the review of The Professor and the Madman. So, The Professor and the Madman, starring Sean Penn, Mel Gibson, and it is about the creation of the Oxford English Dictionary. So, I didn't think about this, but it had to be collected somehow. And it's like 1870s, and they're collecting all of the words of the English language. And it's by this guy Murray, who's played by Mel Gibson, and he is just he's smitten by time. Like it just takes so long, and he's short-staffed, and he's losing funding by the Queen, and he comes across by sheer happenstance and gets help from this madman who's played by Sean Penn, who's in jail, and he's stricken by his past because he was a military doctor. So, and he had saw heinous things happen. And he is in an asylum. And he comes across this book and he gets this note, and he sends 10,000 words accounted for to Mel Gibson. And it was right on the precipice of him losing funding too. So this was outstanding. I thought this was incredible. It was a moving story. I think Sean Penn did the best he's done. Like, his last good movie was Gangster Squad. So that was a while ago. And then Mel Gibson, this is definitely his best work since Signs. And then it goes We Were Soldiers. Like, that was a while ago, man. So I thought this was awesome. This was a moving story where it's just like these two guys come together, weird backgrounds, and then they have a common goal, and they're both dealing with their own trials. So it was cool. I really liked The Professor and the Madman. It showed, you just keep moving forward. That's what it was. It was just you keep hammering, you keep going. And it is like one of the best. It's just a great story, man. Like, you don't think about how you take it for granted, the dictionary itself. I know I'm waxing on about the dictionary, but it's like, dude, that had to have get congregated somehow. And I didn't realize it was just by a few dudes, like just a few dudes before there was anything. They wrote with pens, and they just conglomerated. Like, they went from A to Z. They started with aardvark or whatever. And they had to go all the way back. And it was a really moving story. And if you don't know, I won't ruin it or anything, but it was on video on demand. So I think how these things work is you get to bid for spots in theaters. And I think this was a passion project with Mel Gibson. He bought the rights to it in 1998. And he put a bid out for it, and he just didn't get it out. So it's on video on demand. I watched it on YouTube. I think it's like $3 or something. You can rent it for $3. So I recommend it. It was awesome. It was it wasn't, just this regular old story. It was intense, man. So I'm a fan. Check it out. The Professor and the Madman, starring Mel Gibson, his best work since, a while. And then Sean Penn, who did an extraordinary job too. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe. I go through movies, news, documentaries, all that stuff. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
After all, someone has to pay for the lap dances for the big guy.
He's joking around. Feels so good when he jokes.
What's this company called?
Oh,
Shirts and Pants. Holy Shirts and Pants. It's a little corny and obvious, but